How's it going, guys? J-Force back at it again with your weekly video, guys. And this week we will be discussing the Fixer class on World War Z. And I'm just going to be going over my personal class setup, my skill tree, and also a couple tips and tricks I've learned as playing the class. So if you guys do enjoy, if you learn anything from this video, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications if you haven't already, guys. And make sure you guys go ahead and smash that like button. All right, guys, it is much appreciated. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this class setup. Alright, guys, so looking at our Fixer skill tree, obviously we have our 4 default perks that you get as you level up to level 30. Your first one will be Mule. Start with Supply Bag and Scout Rifle. Increase carried ammo capacity for primary and secondary weapons by 10% for all teammates, which basically it gives everybody 10% more ammo, guys. It's pretty self-explanatory skill. Next we go down to Paramedic. That'll be the first one we unlock in our first row. And revive speed increased by 50%, which is another self-explanatory skill, guys. It takes half the time to revive a downed teammate. Next row, we are going with Night Owl. Masking Grenade grants an additional temporary health boost. Start with masking grenades. Guys, as a fixer, that is going to be your biggest ally, is your masking grenades, guys. So the fact that it also gives you a temporary health boost, it makes it that much better. That's why I run it. You also have the option to run side effects, which basically a masking grenade hurts zombies. It doesn't kill them, it hurts them. So you can juggle up between the two, guys, but I go with Night Owl. Next row, you get 2 options, guys. Either one will really work. We got Knock Knock, which you start with a breaching charge, which everybody knows breaching charges are awesome. It helps you get that little extra boost and extra supplies that are hidden away. Or for me, I go with Cloakroom just because I'm always running on high difficulty and I think this helps a little bit more. Cloakroom, you revive a teammate, grants masking effect for 3 seconds for both of you. So basically you get your teammate up, now you're both invisible for 3 seconds, guys. It can come in clutch, especially when you get the last guy up and you get that res off, because reses are basically instant as long as you have your paramedic. But this is another great one to have. So then that moves on to your second default unlock, guys, which is Please Stand Up. If everyone in a team is incapacitated or pinned by a zombie, then the fixer is able to stand up, and it happens every 60 seconds. So basically, guys, if everybody goes down and your cooldown is okay, you get back up and you have a second chance. It's kind of like a second chance. Next row doesn't really matter. For me, I went with Wheatgrass just because I'm always, you know, trying to pick up, trying to stay alive, trying to get people to stay alive. So I like the little extra health boost. Other people you can go with Gunner to start with the Sporting Carbine, but they're both semi-automatics. So I hate the semi-automatics on this game. My finger always hurts. So you can go with either one, guys, but I do go with Wheatgrass. Next tier, we go over One for the Road. Max masking grenade capacity increased to 2 and supply bag capacity to 2, which basically, guys, it gives you 2 masking grenades. I mean, it's very self-explanatory skill. 1 or 2 is always better than 1, so that's what I go with. Next tier, Under the Table. Anyone entering masking grenade gas cloud restores 20% of primary weapon ammo. Again, guys, this isn't a real game changer for me. It's just, if I throw a masking grenade and you're gonna give me 1/5 of my ammo back, I might as well, right? You know, it's not. I mean, it's not a game changer for anyone. I mean, you guys can pick any of the 3, but this is the one I run with, just 'cause I feel it's most beneficial. Then our third default skill unlocked is Efficiency. Supply Bag contains 25% more explosive ammo. Masking grenade effect duration increased by 2 seconds. Very self-explanatory skill, guys. You get 2 extra seconds on your masking grenade, which again, it just helps in those big mob moments. Now we're over to Power Shot. All semi-automatic rifles gain increased penetration. Guys, the reason I picked this one is because every game you're going to start off with a semi-automatic rifle if you're running Fixer. Whether you're starting off with your scout rifle or you're starting off with your sporting rifle. Regardless, they're semi-automatic. You need the extra damage, especially when you start going up to the very hard to extreme levels. You need the damage and penetration. So it's a very self-explanatory skill. This one, Darkness Falls. Masking grenade gas cloud duration is increased by 5 seconds. So the reason I run this over Shadow Walker is because I never feel like I'm not masked for enough time, but I always feel like my cloud will dissipate before my team is able to utilize it. Because when you throw a masking grenade, your team can also utilize the masking effect. So it's a lot better to have the cloud up for 10 seconds to give your team time to get to the cloud to become masked, than have that extra 2 seconds or 2 or 3 seconds from being masked. So that's why I go with Darkness Falls, guys. Either one will work, but that's the one I decided to go with. The last tier. Ooh. Bandolier. Mortar and stationary machine gun ammo capacity increased by 25% for all team. Durability of defenses increased by 25% for all team. Another very self-explanatory skill, guys. You get 25% more ammo on all of your big stuff, your mortars, your stationary guns, and your things like barbed wire and fences last 25% longer. And I mean, that just helps, honestly, for your horde moments when you got those hordes and swarms coming at you, you know, by the trillions and gazillions. And this will just help you hold up a little bit longer, and it'll give you that extra edge to take out before they get to whatever you're trying to defend, whether it's the bus or the gate or whatever. And the last default skill you unlock at level 30 is Corporate Power Nap. Unequipped weapon automatically reloads every 10 seconds for all teammates. Very self-explanatory skill, guys. I don't really use it that much, honestly, because I'm always using my primary and I'm always trying to restock on, but it's a free skill. So that is it for our skill tree, guys. And now we're going to move over to my 5 tips when running the Fixer class. All right, guys. So to start off our tips, we are going to start with tip number 1, which in my opinion is the most important tip. Always prioritize revives. Once you reach level 9 with the Fixer class, as you guys saw in my loadout, you have the skill unlocked to where when you revive somebody, you and the person you revived are masked for 3 seconds, guys. I promise you, this is one of the best skills of the Fixer class, but you have to remember, don't use your masking grenades unless you absolutely have to. You only get 2 masking grenades at most. Therefore, if you can revive someone without masking yourself, it's better to do so and save the grenade, because it's going to give you the masking effect anyways, guys. So if you are level 9, you already have basically an instant revive and you already have the masking on revive. So do not waste your grenades on reviving people. Instead, prioritize the revives unless there's no other option. Tip number 2, guys, using masking grenades to avoid being sensed by bulls. The same way with the medic class, you can use a stem cell to avoid a bull charge. If there is a bull targeting you, you can use your masking grenade to basically negate the bull's vision. And honestly, it is a great tool to use, and it is a great tip to know, because oftentimes you find yourself with no cover around and you need somewhere to go and there's a bull chasing after you. So all you gotta do is throw the masking grenade at the ground and you will be invisible to the bull, and that will increase your likelihood of surviving. Tip number 3, guys, you have to communicate with your team when you throw your masking grenade. If there's a difference between the medic class and the Fixer class, it's that the Fixer cannot target where his masking grenade goes. He can only throw it one time. It creates one cloud. Therefore, if you're going to be throwing it, you need to communicate to your team that you're throwing it so they have appropriate time to get over to it and utilize the masking effect. Therefore, your whole team will be masked rather than just yourself. I get it. Sometimes, guys, you got to throw it down to get yourself out of sticky situations. 100%, I agree with that. But sometimes you just want to dump them before you resupply. Therefore, you need to let your team know, hey guys, I'm throwing down a masking grenade. And that's also where that skill that increases the cloud duration from 5 seconds to 10 seconds really comes in hand. So instead of 5 seconds for your team to react to get to your gas, they have 10 seconds. So always communicate with your team when you're throwing it, especially if you're in the higher difficulty games. And that brings us to tip number 4, guys. Always use all of your masking grenades before resupplying. I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna probably say this in every single video I make with each class on World War Z, because I'm tired of seeing people that have a boatload of supplies and they're not used and they're just gonna resupply and kind of waste the bag. If you see that there's an extra supply bag and no one else needs it, go ahead and mask your team. That'll give them a solid 5 to 10 seconds to where they don't have to worry about any zombies, and you're gonna get the grenades right back in the supply bag. So make sure, guys, use all of your supplies before resupplying. Use all your masking grenades, or if you want to go with the explosive rounds, then make sure you use them before resupplying, guys, because you're going to be filled up anyways. Alright guys, and tip number 5, utilizing med kits while masked by your masking grenades. Guys, I'm telling you, this is an awesome attribute. The great thing about masking grenades is you have nothing to worry about as long as you're masked. Even if you're hit by a bull while you're masked, the bull will instantly let you go because the bull cannot see you. Same thing if you're masked and you get hit by one of the creepers, it will not stay on you, it will instantly get off of you. So make sure you guys utilize that by the most, especially when putting on med kits. If you see you're about to die, go ahead and mask yourself, and you can throw on a med kit. You basically have no way of dying while putting on a med kit, and that's what happens oftentimes, guys. People go down trying to put on a med kit, and so yeah, make sure you guys utilize that masking effect to medkit yourself or to medkit your teammates, guys. It goes both ways. Well, alright guys, that brings an end to this tips and tricks video for the Fixer class on World War Z. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys learned anything, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like button down below, guys. Every like really helps me out and helps the channel grow. If you guys would like to see more content, or if there's some things about the video that you disagree with, jump into the comments, man. Let me know what you guys think. What is your favorite class on World War Z? Of course, you know mine is Medic, but I'm still trying out every single class, and I'm going to be releasing videos of my favorite setup for every single class, guys. But if you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and hit that post notification button. But I am J Force, and we will see you guys next video.